Welcome to Social Buzz Extra. You know how we do it here on Social Buzz Extra, bringing you all the latest happening around the world from social media to you where you are sitting. You don't have to do so much, just sit down, relax and enjoy all the social media trends. I am your host, Ogochukwu Mobner. All right, let's kick in right there. So the first topic today on Social Buzz Extra is Natasha Akpoti-UDUAGHAN resumes office. Yay! Congratulations to Natasha. Well, during her interview, Senator Natasha spoke on her absence in the Senate chamber. According to her, she says it is good to put institutions. No one is more Nigerian than us. Senator Akpabio is not more than I am, and he treated me like I was his servant. We cannot cower in the face of injustice. Even though I was suspended illegally, I effectively carried out my duties as a senator. I didn't want them to suffer neglect. Oh, that's so sweet of Senator Natasha. We are congratulating Senator Natasha as she resumes office. She resumed office yesterday, the 23rd of September. And, you know, although there were a bit of bad wills here and there, people protesting, like they said, peaceful protests, when it looked like, oh, she wasn't going to, they were not going to unseal her office. But then it was later unsealed and she was able to move in and also resume her duty as the Kogi Central Senator. Well, congratulations to Kogi State and Kogi Central. You know, it's a big one for them. Well, we are going to be taking a look at the video and the way she was also received. Let's take a look at it.
No, she won't talk outside. They are screaming.
Okay, sorry, let me start. Whoa, please hold down like that. No, your back, you off that light. Please, give her. I'm going to give her a chance now. Leave that place now. Sorry. Oga, please, I want to see her now. See her then. Leave now, leave. Please. Leave. Your cable.
Sometimes it's good to put the institutions to test. We can't cow down in the face of injustice. No one is more Nigerian than us. Senator Akpabio is not more of a senator than I am. He's not a governor of this place. And he treated me as if I was his servant or I was a domestic staff in his house. It's very unfortunate that at this time, after so many years of democracy, we would have a national assembly being run by such dictatorship. It's totally unacceptable. As for me, I'm glad to be here, and even though we have been illegally suspended, no day have I hesitated in effectively carrying out my duties as a senator of Kogi Central to the very best of my capacity. Sometimes it's good to put the institutions to test. We can't cow down in the face of injustice. No one is more Nigerian than us. Senator Akpabio Akpabio is not more of a senator than I am. He's not a governor of this place. And he treated me as if
That is Senator Natasha Akpoti-UDUAGHAN. She says nobody is more Nigerian than the other, and of course Senator Akpabio, who is the Senate President, is also not more Nigerian than she is. Well, that is fact, and that's more like you know, she's kind of airing her own parts. You know, like they said, the Constitution allows you to air your voice. Your opinion should be heard, whatever it is you need to say, but make sure you are saying it politely. Well, what she said isn't bad. It's not something that you should be shaken for, but she has resumed her office, and that is what everyone is happy about. Senator Natasha, welcome to your office, and I'm sure the Kogi Central, they are all happy. They were jubilating because the National Assembly were filled with more of Kogi Central people yesterday, you know, welcoming her back to the National Assembly. It's a good one. For one, I was happy about it because you know, she has done the needful, staying out of office for 6 months, and now it was time for her to resume, and she actually did resume. She is one to reckon with, I must say. She has fought the good fight of faith, hopefully. Well, we're going to be taking comments from social media as regards this discussion, and you know that social media will always drop their comments, and that is why we are here. So first comment is coming from Fumi Gate 6235, and says, I'm so much proud of this powerful and well-educated woman. She retained her dignity and won. That is from Fumi. Fumi says she is very, very proud of that lady. Of course, most women right now, they're so proud of Senator Natasha. The second comment is coming from your most trustworthy attorney, and it says, Senator Natasha's bravery is outstanding for all women and for all Nigerians. I believe we have received the message that we can at least attempt to stand up to injustice. Okay, that's from an attorney. The third comment is coming from Vic's official, and Vic says, so it's clear that if all of us say no, the no will have its. Let's collectively say no to injustice in Nigeria. God bless Nigeria. Of course, God bless Nigeria. There are some points the no do not have it, but okay, in this case, maybe the no will actually have it. Well, congratulations once more to Senator Natasha Akpoti-UDUAGHAN. Up to the next topic, and it's saying Nigerian court nullifies police marriage permits. The Federal High Court sitting in Lagos has declared illegal and unconstitutional the provision of the Police Act, which prohibits a woman police officer from marrying a man of her choice without the permission of the Commissioner of Police in the command where she is serving. This was sequel to the suits filed by the Women Empowerment and Legal Aid Initiative, WELA, challenging the constitutional validity of Regulation 124 made pursuant to the Police Act Cap P19 laws of the Federation of Nigerian, which states, a woman police officer who is desirous of marrying must first apply in writing to the Commissioner of Police for the state command in which she is serving, requesting permission to marry and giving name, address, and occupation of the person she intends to marry. Permission will be granted for the marriage in the intended husband if the intended husband is of good character and the woman police officer has served in the force for a period of not less than 3 years. In her submission, the WELA Executive Director, Mrs. Fumi Falana, had argued that it was illegal to ban a woman police officer for 3 years before entering into a marriage, and that seeking permission of a police commissioner is an infraction of her fundamental rights to dignity and freedom of choice. She further contended that since a male police officer is not subjected to the same inhibition regulation 124 in consent with Section 42 of the Constitution and Article 2 of the African Charter on Human and People's Rights, which have prohibited discrimination on the basis of sex. Who would have thought? Do you know, I'm just sharing about this, that you have, as a female police officer, you must have served for 3 years minimum before you can even get married. And even before you get married, when you see the love of your life, that love of your life, so you cannot just marry that love of your life until you have submitted the name, the occupation, and everything that the love of your life is involved in before you can get married. And when you submit it, then there's a law that has to, it has to go through a process. Then they approve if that person is fit for you. That means your parents don't even have a say. If you're a female police officer, you want to get married, it's not your parents that will not tell you, this one is not good for you, this one is good. No, there is a law. But thank God that it has been, they have lifted that law. Honestly, I don't think it is fair to the female police officers, because if they are not doing same thing to the male police officers, then it shouldn't also be fair to do things like that to that of the female police officers. Thank God they've now raised that ban, they've removed it, and nothing like that. You all cannot go ahead and marry whoever you want to get married to, and it's no longer a 3 years. You must not have served in the force for 3 years before getting married. You are permitted to go ahead and do your marriage. Now, this is the point where people talk about gender inequality. Because if such law exists and it's only for female, then what happens to the male? Because I know they get married, and also they should check their spouses, if they have good character or not, if they are qualified to be the wives of these police officers, not just for the female. I understand that it may look like, oh, we are looking out for our female police officers and all of that, but then again, are you not looking out for the male police officers? It's both ways. Are you not looking out for the kind of women they want to put as wives, as mother to their children? Because if the women they are putting in their lives are the bad ones that are going to hurt them or make them not stable while serving, then you are also causing harm to the force. So not just check that of the female, you also have to check that of the male. But thank God they've lifted this, and like I said, go ye into the world and get married to whoever it is you want to get married to. This law was to guide the female police officers, but thank God it has been raised. I'm sure that there are other laws to guiding them, but it's no longer this strong. It's no longer the 3 years service before getting married, and you don't have to go through the process of, submitting the name of your spouse, the age, and all of that, his occupation and all of that. So congratulations to the female police officers. I'm sure most of them really had always wanted this kind of thing, and yes, it has come to your doorstep. So congratulations to them. But you there sitting there at home and watching this, watching in your phone and on TV, do you know that this was the case? Did you know that this kind of law existed for the female police officers? Well, I would like you to drop your comments using the social media handles you're seeing right here on your screen and be part of the conversation. We'll be going on a short break, and when we return, we'll have one more stories for you. Please stay with us. Welcome back from that quick break. Indeed, like I said earlier, we're talking about female police officers who, they lifted the ban from them when it comes to marriage. And I asked questions. So are you dropping your comment there? Of course, please do drop your comment there. So we're moving over to the third topic for today. And it says, grief-stricken mother of interior designer breaks down in tears. The remains of 30-year-old interior designer Deborah Aneye Ohekuru Okwori, popularly known as Deborah Posh, have been transported from Lagos to Benue State for burial. Okwori, popularly known as Deborah Posh, was murdered by her ex-boyfriend, Lintex Ogali, months after she ended their relationships. A service of song was held on Sunday, September 21st in Ayetoro, Ogun State. Her body departed the Lagos State University Teaching Hospital mortuary on Tuesday, September 23rd, with interment scheduled for Wednesday, September 24th, which is today, at Ugagao Huowo in Oju local government area of Benue State. The remains of the budding interior designer arrived at her hometown at about 12 a.m. today. A video posted, by activist Medio Lotu shows Deborah's grave-stricken mother weeping before her photo before she was led away by sympathizers. The suspect disguised as a, this is really, really bad. We get to see things like this. People saying somebody killed, boyfriend killing girlfriend, girlfriend killing boyfriend, things happening. And, this is not something we really want to keep talking about. This woman is a promising young lady, a businesswoman who has actually done her due diligence. She's making wave. We know Deborah Posh. A lot of us who are social media users know Deborah Posh, and a lot of designers also know her. She's a very good interior designer who has really done well for herself at this young age, only for us to hear that she died. And it's not a good one. Well, I heard in the story, suspect disguised as a dispatch rider to gain access into the estate where Deborah lived. When security operatives became suspicious, he reportedly scaled the fence into the compound and proceeded to her apartment. It was gathered that he first attempted to cause an explosion by cutting the cooking gas pipe outside the house. When that failed, he allegedly broke into Deborah's residence. You can imagine these evil spirits that call themselves ex. You are done with the relationship. Why don't you just go your own way and be yourself? I understand that it's really heartbreaking. Breakups are, that's what they call it, breakup. It's heartbreaking, but we can actually learn to, go our separate ways. Learn to forget about this person and move ahead. It's not everyone you come across with you have to be friends with for life. There is a saying that goes that 20 people cannot be friends for 20 years. So you need to learn that. People really need to learn how to let go and let go for it and just do their thing. This is really a sad one. A young lady died, and that's the victim lying there in state, and you, because of you must date the person. If you cannot, these are the people that say, if I cannot have you, no one else would, and this is it. You cannot have her, and truly no one else would have her. Going through different means, just make sure that you take her life is really not worth it. It is a sad one, honestly, for Deborah. And we say at this point, may her soul rest in peace. Well, we'll move over to the last topic of the day. A new trick Lagos tenants do to stop paying rent. What is that new trick? So an ex-user known as Don Tobechuku actually took to his ex-post to post about the new trick. The new trick people now use. They say, we are not going to pay rent, and this is the way we are going to be doing it. This is the way we'll be going about it. If you don't want to pay rent, do this, do that, do that. What do you think? What do you think that new trick is? Well, we do not have enough time. I wish we had much time. We would have been taking that topic, but we will be ending it today. We are going to be closing the curtains here, and we are going to also ask you, did you enjoy today's episode of Social Buzz? If you did, please drop your comments using the social media handles you're seeing here on your screen. But that new trick, I must tell you, you have to stay tuned, because we are going to be discussing it on another episode of Social Buzz Extra. I am Ogochukwu Mobno. Until I see you again, bye for now.